It all starts with a single comment on YouTube. The destruction of this account awaits. It's just a matter of time. The truth that this user, Elijah the Jesus, decides to write this comment shows that his intention is pure. He's ready for it. He's just getting ready for someone to acknowledge his idea. As a new player, he's trying to be an Angelica abuser in 2021. Now, this is the toughest decision of my life. I have two choices. Do I let him beat Angelica and stay at where he is, in a silver rank? Or do I change his mind and try to convince him that Angelica is merely a waifu in 2021? Hey, what is up guys? Guitar Rock here. Welcome back to another Brave 9 video. Now I know you might be watching the video at the beginning and you might be like, okay, a lot of new players will be in this dilemma where they just can't decide which units they should buy, etc. I get it, I understand that. So I do have a Discord for that. If you guys want to join the community, feel free to join my Discord. Links will be in the description below. I do stream on Twitch almost every alternate days, so you guys can come in there, tune onto the stream, and feel free to ask me any beginners questions. But I would say the Discord is the best place because when I'm not online, you know, the community is there, and feel free, you'll be getting your answers much quicker that way. Alright, so today's topic of discussion will be about meta characters, and as a new player, how to know like what is currently in the meta right now. Like, how do you look at the meta and how do you try to build what's in the current meta so that you don't get lost and sunk deeper into the arena system. Now the arena system is really weird, and right now with the server merge, I think it's even harder. The meta distinguisher, like the difference of the top and bottom ranks, is even worse. So the best way is to go into arena itself. Alright, right here you can see at the bottom here there's a thing called hot mercenary. So this is as accurate as it gets. Of course, ideally this displays everything in terms of the charts. So the much better way is to actually go into the book.brave9.com, and right here you can actually have a look at the specific tier. Alright, so let me zoom in a little bit so that you can understand, so we can all understand why the new players are constantly stuck in a loop where they are constantly building the off-meta characters. Now it's easy to see, alright, in the higher tier right now, Arena, higher tier. Here's the thing, Mamone is the first, Mamone, Vals and Galania. These are the top 3 in the higher tier. But once you go to Crystal, you can see it starts changing a little bit. Suddenly we have Livia, you go into Diamond. Okay, Mamone, Livia, Rafitia is apparently very commonly seen right there in Diamond. And you go bottom, this is where you see Angelica. Alright, and I can understand that if you are in Platinum rank, you know, and then you go into Gold, boom, Angelica is there, Silver, Cowley is there. Alright, if you are in Silver, you'll probably see a lot of Cowley. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just this illusion where if you get destroyed by Cowley, you can have this illusion that, wow, Cowley is really strong, I should build her too. I'm getting destroyed by this busty lady, right? So that means she's strong. Like, as a veteran player, it's really hard to convince new players that just jump into the game to tell them that no, you're getting destroyed by her because you just don't have a solution for her yet. And it's just a constant struggle. Every time when I tell players why you should build this or why you should build that, they tend to not believe, or they tend to brush off my comments with their own beliefs. And I don't blame them. It's so hard to say, for example, if you are in Diamond, alright, you can clearly tell, let's say Bane, for example. So Bane is currently rank 15, usage rate is 19.14%. So let's just say that Bane is like 20%. Alright, let's just sum it up. So 20% meaning that 1 in a 5 battle, you should see at least 1 Bane. And sometimes you might get destroyed by that Bane. You might be like, that Bane is killing all your units because of the stigma, and you don't have a solution to deal with that Bane, right? Because It's really hard if you don't have Vals or Alec. You're gonna think that, oh wow, Bane is really strong. And if I come and tell you, no, Bane is not strong, he's off meta, you're not going to buy that as a new player because you just jump into the game. Your own experience is telling you that Bane is strong because you have been fighting Bane all over. But once you go higher, alright, right now you can see Bane is 19% at Diamond. But once you go to Crystal, for example, let's try and find Bane, alright? So from 20%, you can start seeing that Bane drops to 7%. Okay, and then once we go even higher to the higher tier, so from 7%, let's see if we can even find Bane. Bane is at 1% usage rate. So that means 1 in the 100 players in the higher tier are using Bane. Every time I tell player, okay, you need to close attention to who is in the top meta, alright, like the top tier meta. You shouldn't pay attention to who is in your current rank. And it's quite hard to convince players that way. I think this is why a lot of players, they tend to stay in where they are forever, because they tend to see, alright, Cowley, they are getting destroyed by Cowley, and then they'll be like, okay, I'm going to invest in Cowley, plus 15, let's go. The next 3 months, they don't build anyone else but the freaking goddamn Cowley. And then they notice, oh, Cowley is getting destroyed by Bane, alright, let me build Bane. You know, the cycle continues. So you have these units that are plus 15, you have a lot of units that are plus 15, they are off meta. Alright, some of you might even have Adin plus 10, you have a Seto plus 15, you have Angelica plus 15 to deal with Bane. You know, it gives you the illusion that, oh, Angelica is actually good because she solves my Bane issue, right? And again, I don't blame any player that thinks that way, but I'm trying to make you understand that sometimes if you want to move up in the ladder, you gotta look past your own rank. When you're playing Arena at the lower rank, you're playing a different game. I think the game has reached a point where the balance is pretty even actually across the board, but it's just that there are some counter units that counters units that are in the higher tier that's not being used in the higher tier. For example, Bane actually counters Jhin, for example, but nobody uses Bane in the higher tier arena. Therefore, Jhin's usage rate is really high at 53%, right? So this is what makes a lot of units climb higher than they should. Investing wrong units in this game can be really painful. Alright, you might be building a Natus. You know, let's say you buy a Natus, or let's say you obtain Natus from the Jumpstart quest, plus 9. You have a plus 9 Natus. And then, guess what? You have to try getting Natus' soul gear, right? You're going to start pulling for Natus companions, Rachel. You're going to plus 11 your Natus, you're going to plus 12 your Natus, and then you might stop there, depending, but some of you might go further. And that's when, over that course of that 2 to 3 months, you're investing in a unit that potentially, you know, could be invested elsewhere. Every single investment that you put into your units right here can actually be used to improve another unit. Just think of it that way, alright? And I get it, as a new player coming to the game, you might think that this game is super generous. And it is. At the beginning, you get a lot of jumpstart quests, right? So therefore, you might have this perspective or this mindset that you can just pick whatever units you want. You're just gonna pick your waifu, Angelica. I think you get like 5,000 ancient coins at the beginning. You get to pick 3 legendaries at plus 9. I don't blame new players for having this illusion that, wow, this game is so generous, but trust me, those resources ran out quick. So, best way, always go to the hot merc, or you can go to the rankings regardless. You can always look at what the top players are using, have an idea, alright? These are the meta units. If you don't want to go to the website, I understand, but this is a good indication on what units you should invest, and you need to also know why they are good right now. For example, why Helga is good right now, because buff prohibition, right? It blocks enemies from taunting, it blocks Venaka from working correctly. It's just like, why is Vals higher than Alec, for example, in the warrior section? Why? Like, you need to know all of these criteria so that this can hopefully helps you to be a better player. And if you're new, I know understanding this can be overwhelming, so you don't need to understand this. Just freaking follow the meta, alright? If that's what you care about, climbing in Arena. Again, I know different players play this game for various different reasons. I'm not gonna judge. If you play this game for waifus, I understand. But if you're here on my channel asking for advice, like what's the best unit you should build right now, best meta, the best solution is just to always check the hot merc and try to predict like what would counter all of these current meta units and see from there yourself. Alright, I hope this is a good indication and I hope this is a good enough video to help most of the newer players. And if you guys have any new friends who are playing this game or any guildmates that you would want them to do better, feel free to forward this video to them. As always, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, all the links will be in the description below. As always, have a nice day, goodbye.